This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Hi everyone, I'm Anit Sahone, recording a draft video. Not going to be able to stream this weekend, so I'm trying to record one, or maybe two, but one is probably all I'm going to manage to squeeze in before I go out of town. So, here it is. I'll see you all when the pack opens. Pretty strong first pack. It's definitely Danitha. I mean, you know, even though the whole line of text after Danitha is irrelevant in 99% of situations, after the keywords are good enough. Extinguish the Light, Keldon Strike Team, and Citizen's Arrest are all quite good too, and would all be nice things to wheel. Even Argivian Cavalier would be, or, you know, Strength of Coalition, Shalai's Acolyte. There's lots of stuff that would be nice to wheel, but we grab Danitha. Okay. I think I'm going Flowstone Infusion. Just great removal early. Don't love this pack overall. Urborg Repossession's pretty nice. Lands are nice, but, yeah. Not a great pack. You know, cards like Sea Scavenger, Smash to Dust, Broken Wings, Warhost's Frenzy, Pilfer, like these are all borderline or unplayable cards, so that's, you know. Okay. So Tolarian Geyser's great. Kind of where I'm leaning. Yeah. Yep. Other than that, this is another pretty disappointing pack, other than the lands, which are appealing, but I like Tolarian Geyser a lot. Okay, so there's some things here. So we've got Battlewing Mystic, great 2-drop if we're being like an aggressive deck, and it's, you know, if you can kick it, that's nice, but you don't really need to. Tolarian Terror is great if we're in a spell deck, and Strike Team's great if we're in an aggro deck. Of all of these decks, I feel like Strike Team, I mean, I feel like the red-white deck comes together the most consistently out of like the spell deck. Basically, yeah, we're saying the spell deck versus an aggro deck. So I think I go Strike Team in the end. It's really good. It's nice that even when you're behind, the 3 bodies can be good. And if you're ahead, then it's a beating. So, okay. So, get to Amplifier. Should we go the spell route? You know, Blue-Red is an aggro deck in the format, and it's not bad. Protect the Negotiators is okay. Furious Bellow's nice if we know we're like, you know, aggro, and these lands are not bad either. I'm thinking Amplifier here. We'll be kind of sad if we can't play Danitha, but these things happen. Okay, another Strike Team, I think, pushes me more into red-white. Strike Team's good. I mean, I even want it over those removal spells for the most part. Okay, so Outrider's nice. You know, if we are going to be an aggro deck, we do kind of need to lower our curve at some point. Unfortunately, the Root Weaver, if you can't kick it, and the Faith Bonder aren't that good. So I'm kind of leaning towards Outrider. We do have a bunch of 5s, basically, to start our aggro deck, which is a little awkward, maybe, but I think I'm going to grab it. We do have a 2. You do need... I mean, I'd probably play the Amplifier in this deck if I get, like, 6 spells, and right now we have 1. It's definitely better if we're in blue-red and we have, like, 10 spells and, like, 7 other cards that care about them, but it could make the cut. Maybe we're just mono-red, you know? Except, you know, we like to kick Strike Teams and stuff. Okay, so I think we grab a sleeper. I do like Heroic Charge, but I think we'll be able to grab one. We kind of need to lower our curve at this point. Blue does not look open, so I guess I'm sort of glad I've jumped ship on that without a single blue card in this pack. I feel like we'll be able to get a Heroic Charge if we want one, so I think getting a 2-drop that has some pretty real upside is better. Obviously, we need to dual land to get that upside, but it could happen. You know, decent in the spell, in like the blue-red deck, but that's about it. The Librarian and the Mana Worker are both fine. I guess the Mana Worker might be able to turn on some of our off-color kicker costs. Okay, so it might be the Frenzy. I mean, the reason... It wouldn't be that bad if the format didn't have better ways at lower rarities to buff your whole board. Yeah, I mean, the Fire Nado's okay too, but I guess we'll take the Frenzy. Hopefully we get a better way to buff our whole board, but... Okay, so do I want a Tributary or a Picker? I guess a Tributary. We've got the Outriders. Maybe being able to kick that is good. The Picker is not exciting, so... Okay, so I do like the Herbalist okay. More than Branch Rider. And Furious Bellow came back, so, you know, now I feel like we're in a deck that wants it. Probably not that into Artillery Blast. We want to be able to punch through things, and, yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. It's probably Valiant Veteran. We're already making soldiers with Keldon Strike Team, and this is a soldier, so it's probably the Veteran. I do like Baird a lot. I do like Flowstone Kavu and Mesa Cavalier too, like as aggro cards to get back, but Veteran looks like a good 2-drop for our deck already, and it's probably just going to get better, so yeah. Okay, well, definitely Knight of Dawn's Light. I do like Destroy Evil, Cavalier, Protector, all things I like, but Knight of Dawn's Light is an excellent 2-drop. So here's a Heroic Charge if we want one, which is certainly better than Warhost's Frenzy. And I think maybe we do. We could take a duel that would let us kick like our Sleeper sometimes. There's also a Berserker, which is pretty nice. Kind of want the Berserker, actually. Yeah. Especially when you have tricks and stuff, it can get to be a real problem. Don't really want temporary lockdown. It's going to do more damage to us than good. Probably just grab a Dragon Whelp. Sunlit Marsh on the table again, but the Whelp's good enough that I think I want it. So, spells. Right now we have 3. That means Electrostatic Infantry is not great at this point, but if we just end up with a few, I mean, it's perfectly fine as a 2-drop, and the Marsh, it does something for us, but it's not that exciting. So I think I grab an Infantry here. Unfortunately, this Lord is not a nice one. You'd have to end up with a lot more Goblins to make it good, because it's a 2-mana 1/1. But yeah, we'll take a Mesa Cavalier. Is that a soldier? No, it's a knight. Darn it. Flowstone Kavu's nice. I keep saying we'll get one of those board pumps. So far, we don't have one. We've passed a couple. Sometimes you end up in this deck and you're like a 16-land deck, but I kind of feel like with Dragon Whelp, Danitha, and Outrider, that's not going to be us. I will happily take another Strike Team. I guess another Kavu. I would like some more 2-drops. Here's a Furious Bellow. There's another Amplifier. Not doing great on spells, but I've already got 2 Bellows, so let's grab an Amplifier. I mean, Hammerhand does combo with Danitha. It's not completely terrible in the right deck, but I don't like it that much either. That was weird. Okay. Well, probably Phyrexian Missionary. Makes me regret I didn't pick up one of those Sunlit Marshes we've seen. It's really good 2-drop in general, and then we can kick it late. Infusion's nice. Steel Crusher's nice. Maybe we wheel a Marsh? Either way, we're happy with a Missionary. Okay. So, yeah, I think we take Squee. Good aggressive creature. You know, goes wide. Think that's what we want to do. Wouldn't hate a Kavu or a Goblin, even though we're not kicking any Goblins at this point. But okay, so Caves of Koilos would fix for us without, you know, being a duel, so it doesn't power up Miria's Outriders. There's also another Flowstone Kavu and a Steel Crusher. I'm doing fine on 2-drops. I mean, I have a feeling we're not playing the amplifiers. It's a lot easier to play the infantry with like 5 spells than it is the amplifiers. Do I want the caves? Or just another 2? I'd probably take the caves. Ridgeline. We don't have any green kickers right now. No. I don't hate Stall for Time or Twinferno or Monstrosity. These are all okay. I'm leaning towards Stall. Yeah. Well, there's a Balmor that makes me wish we'd been in blue-red all along. All right, we'll take an infusion here. All right, our spell theme is alive and well. All right, we want a Phalanx. Doesn't look like we're going to get a better board pump, which is very sad. But, you know, do we want a Grotto more than we want a Sky Knight? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I think we have enough off-color kickers. Okay. Okay, so here's an idyllic beachfront. We do have 1 card with a blue kicker. So I sort of think we need the Vanguard. We're going wide well enough. I mean, we could do better. But the Vanguard at least gives us a mass pump effect. And I like Captain's Call, but, yeah. Another Flowstone infusion. Blue-red aggro could have been a thing. Lots of Kavus, although it's not like this deck's not pretty open, I guess, but, you know. So, I wonder if we even play the Outrider when it's going to do a maximum of 3, and even that is a stretch. And I think we're going to end up playing, as sad as it is, where is it? Warhost's Frenzy? Just the 4-mana +2/+1 is just so much better. Maybe one shows up late, but I don't think so. There's a Twinferno. I could run the Ridgeline just to make the Outrider better, but given our curve, it's probably not worth it, and I think we're cutting the Outrider anyway. Could have had a good blue-red deck, I think. I think we ended up with a solid red-white deck. I don't love it, but, you know. Yeah, I don't think we play amplifiers in this deck. I mean, right now we have 7 instants. That's borderline, and we're likely to cut some, so. Will not let me go back to my deck. That's cool. Was there a glitch somewhere? Okay, well now we have to really go deep on cutting things. Hammerhand is funny with Danitha, but I don't think we go there. I don't think we really need the Mana Worker in the end. Like, Crystal Grotto is just a better version of it. Artillery Blast, not so good for us. Like I said, I think we cut Amplifiers. I don't think we're playing Twinferno. Do you think we play 1 Frenzy out of need? Do I want Stall for Time? Yeah, I think we cut the Outrider. I mean, having this 1/5 is plenty, I think. And these are sort of 5s. I mean, we'll play them on 5 a little more often than we'll play them on 3, probably. Stall for Time. I mean, in the absence of a board pump, it is kind of a nice way to get blockers out of the way for our board to do its thing. So that's a thing. We probably don't need 3 Flowstone infusions. Let's go down to 2. We We did get the white trick. That's one thing that I'm a little bummed about. The take up the shield is way better than Furious Bellow. And, you know, Bellow's okay, but... yeah, we didn't get the white trick and we didn't get the white board pump. Both of which, like, if I could switch those out, I would be a lot happier about this deck. Turn this into that board pump and these into take up the shield. That'd be pretty good. I guess we could lower the curve a bit. 3 Flowstone Kavus. Yeah, probably cut 1. Do think the Sleeper's upside is worth it. I'm kind of coming back to Stall for Time, though. Yeah. If we cut Stall for Time, we have no reason to run Molten Tributary, which does help our mana. It means we have no tap lands, actually, but we're still fixing for black. So, that's kind of nice. We need one more cut. We'd have some... how many spells do we have now? 5. I think that's enough for infantry. And how many creatures? 19. Yeah, that's a lot. Makes sense. What's our worst 2-drop? Because we have... do we have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we only have 7, so I don't exactly feel like I have a bunch of them. But, yeah. I'm kind of thinking we cut Steel Crusher, though. Okay. Well, it's not a terrible deck. It's not my best aggro deck I've ever drafted in this format either, though. Okay. I don't love that we didn't get a Plains in our opening hand, but between the Scry and stuff, maybe we can achieve it. Alright, so we are going to actually play the Mountain first, because there's a decent chance they play something we want to infuse. Of course, we can't infuse that. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, there's a Plains. That's good news. Let's play our infantry. Not that we really have a choice, but... if we can keep their board to, like, 1 creature... being able to cast the Sleeper to kill that is going to feel pretty good. We can infuse that, which is nice. And we probably will. We may as well attack first. Yeah, because trample. So, yeah. We're going to kill it anyway, but, you know. It is a bit of a bummer. Like, I could play the Sleeper here, but I think the Sleeper has potential to be good enough on this next turn that I don't want to do it. I mean, they could also have Essence Scatter. I mean, there's some stuff that can go really wrong here. So maybe I just play out the 3-1, we try to go wide and kill them and don't worry about Valmore? Okay. Yeah. I think that's what we do. Try to overwhelm them. Like, it's tempting, but there's so many things that could go wrong between them having Essence Scatter or just playing another creature. Does look like it would have worked, but... you know. What are you gonna do? Although they do have Essence Scatter mana now. Yeah, it was gonna work. But we're in okay shape, regardless. So yeah, let's attack them for 3. Let's play Flowstone Kavu. Menace is good. I mean, they're a deck that only has so many creatures usually, and being able to block and not attack in the same turn against a Menace creature can be challenging. Okay. Well, I think we attack with both. We do have 1 blue, so that's always the thing to keep in mind regarding shore up and stuff like that. I think they're probably just taking this. And I think we play Herbalist and Knight, if that's what they do. Because then the Frenzy has a shot at punching through. If they block, I would consider Frenzy here. But they do not. Hopefully they can't cast like a bunch of cantrips and kill us here, but we have enough life that should be hard. Ooh, I can't actually play both. Do I just want to play the Cavalier? Not really. It's not like it lines up very well here. So we'll just play the Knight. So I could have done one more damage to them. Whoopsie. It's not like that'll come up, right? My mouse is being funny. Okay, well that's big. Do you think they attack us? No, they do not. Okay. Well, I think we just build up our board here and try to punch through with Frenzy at some point. We do get to gain 3 off of this because of our Knight. They're trying to do the same thing, by the way, and they have Mass Pump in play already, so we do have it in our hand, which is nice. But yeah, gaining some life will make their lives a little more difficult on that front. Because yeah, the Terror gaining Trample and stuff like that is just a beating. It looks like they may be... Nope. Oh, another Whelp. Okay, Squee. Well, alright, so let's play an Herbalist. Let's play Squee. Gonna have some math to do next turn. I would like if they stopped playing creatures, but alas. They do keep playing them. So we need them to get a little aggressive so we can punch through with Warhost's Frenzy, but that's not aggressive enough, really. They're just gonna hit us for 1, or maybe more if they use a trick or something, but I don't imagine they will, because then they're out of cards. So they have 4 blockers. We have 5, 6 attackers, 7 attackers. Those attackers would get through 4 damage. Okay. We wait one more turn. They have a card in their hand. I haven't actually done the math yet either. I think it's lethal, but 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. They block 4. 1 attacker will do 3. No, it's actually not lethal. It would not be lethal. So let's play the Phalanx. Ooh, Essence Scatter time? Yeah. Well, the good news is that's a spell that... Alright, now we really need to do this math, because I also have Menace here. Man, math's hard. So, 6 attackers. We know they can't do anything now. And we've got 6 attackers, plus the body that Squee makes when he attacks. So there's 7 attackers. They can only block... They would need to block this with 2. So... 6, 7, 10, right? Let's find out. I'm pretty sure, and I'll actually be able to pump another into Kavu if I want to. So... Hey. I mean, I guess we'll leave him on top. I mean, and they also have to block very aggressively here or die. So, like, it's almost like, even if it doesn't go correctly here... Alright, so 3 unblocked, 4, 5. Yeah, that should be lethal, right? Why is my mouse such a pain? Yep. It's actually more than lethal. Yeah. We went wide. I think I might have actually had lethal the turn before, but we also didn't know they had nothing in their hand like we did that turn, so I was less confident about giving it a try. Not the best mana in the world for an aggro deck that would like to play something before turn 3, but it's not a complete disaster either. We'll just draw planes on turn 2 anyway, and everything will be fine. Wow. I didn't actually think it was going to happen, but, you know. I'll take it. Ooh, they have Flowstone Infusion, probably, based on that stick. Yeah. Play the Kavu. We could play the Cavalier, but it dies to Infusion. So playing anything that doesn't die to Infusion makes their life a little more difficult. So, yeah. And we don't know for sure that's what they have, but it's like, I'm like 90% sure. 99 even. There aren't that many cards that cost 1 red that are instants. I think that might literally be the only one, actually. Like us, they're not really a spell deck, but they are. I have ended up in a few like red-green aggro decks where I have, you know, more than the 5 spells this deck has, but you're still not really going to be a spell deck. Probably just play out another Kavu this next turn. It is going to be tough to attack them with the Missionary. We probably won't if they don't do anything else. Okay, there's a Root Walla. So Infusion is, in fact, up. I do think we still attack. If they double block, I think we just kill the Root Walla and move on. Because if we try to buff the Kavu, they will kill it with Infusion. They may just take it, since the risk, they may not want to lose either of their creatures. They could use Infusion on my Kavu, but then, you know, they still lose the combat, so I don't know why they would. So another Kavu, go. Go 2/3s. Who don't die to Flowstone Infusion. Wouldn't hate finding our black mana to kick a sleeper here. Combos pretty well with Menace. Alright, so there they go. So now they have us in more of a corner where we can't really... I mean, if it is Flowstone Infusion, we can't really attack. So I think we probably just play out the Cavalier and pass here. I say I can't really attack, but they still have to double block, so I can kill the Root Walla. So maybe a double attack is still fine. I think it probably is. The Menace makes it so it's very difficult for them to not lose something here. I could try to buff, but I think we're asking for problems if we do that. So I think we just kill the Root Walla. Get in for 2. They may use Gaia's Might or something, but that would be fine. Alright, so we're going to play the Cavalier, which is probably going to die. But hey, we're going to gain 2. Look out. They might Essence Scatter it even. They're probably overjoyed to see something they can actually kill with Flowstone Infusion, which I still believe they have in their hand, but... There it is. As we believed. I guess I could have played the Herbalist, which is more of like a... I wouldn't have cared as much if it died, because at least this can keep rumbling in the later game. But, I don't know. Let's see, did they smash us for a bunch or just 3? Just 3. Ooh. That's not good. Neither is that. Alright, well. We in some trouble here. We are actually safe to buff for once, and I think we do. And then I think we just power both of these out, and we try to find a window where we can punch through lethal damage, which is going to be hard, but I don't know what else we can do. We can't just keep waiting for black mana. I mean, I wish we could, but you do have them at 10. Every creature they play makes this bigger. Every spell they play makes this bigger. Feels good. Feels really good. I'm probably going to draw Caves of Koilos now that I ran my sleeper out there. Good stuff. They are having some mana problems, at least. Well, maybe not. They might have missed one land drop somewhere. You know, Keldon's strike team off the top. We haven't seen it yet, weirdly. We have 3 of them. Those off the top can always open things up for, like, oh, hey, I have lethal damage type turns, so that would be good. Drawing those would be very good. Danitha would be pretty good. Hey! It doesn't give us lethal here, but it does give us 3 bodies that they have to respect and that we can keep them from continuing to attack us really hard. Continue to keep them from attacking us really hard. So there we go. All right, so strike team number 1. I said I wanted a plains, I got one. Said I wanted a strike team, I got one. I guess now I really want to draw our mass pump spell. If I'm going to get what I ask for like that, that's what I'm going to ask for. Okay. Your creatures are big. And you now have white mana. Not a land. Oh, wow. Okay, so math time again. They have 4 blockers. We have 6 attackers. One of them demands 2 blockers, though. And everything they block with dies. So I think we just go for it. I guess if they block the tokens, they don't die. But if they block the creatures, don't die. But then they die. So works for me. We do have 2 green up. Tail Swipe and Bite Down are possibilities. But I think we go for it. And that would have been nice to add to the mix here. If this goes badly, Furious Bellow is probably not going to be good, but I guess it could allow us to do the last damage we need to do if they decide to Alpha Strike us on the backswing. I think we'd rather just draw another strike team or something. So I mean, the Kavu alone can do 6 damage here, so if it's you know, allowed to. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do lethal, but hopefully it does look like they're casting something, and it probably is the fight spell, which would not be good. But we do wipe their whole board and hold on to a 1/1 if that's what happens. So, actually, I guess the infantry would survive, but Why? Oh, I guess I can only buff it twice anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we drop them to 1 and hopefully kill all their stuff. That's what we're hoping for. Drop them to 1, kill all their stuff. 2 green mana up, 2 cards in your hand, electrostatic infantry in play. That part is worrisome. Gaia's Might. Okay, well that's less of a problem than the fight spell would have been at least. So they do have a massive electrostatic infantry now, but they're also at 1 and have like no margin for error. So kind of works out, I think. What do you think they have here that they're not dead? Let's find out. I guess I don't need to risk them both. Well, let's risk them both. Wow. Man, I was bashing Warhost Frenzy during the draft, and, you know, won us our first 2 games. I mean, it's not as good as the Inspired Charge effect. And it's like I said, I think I specifically said, it wouldn't be as good if there weren't multiple other ways to buff stuff at lower rarities, but we didn't get them. So we're playing it, and I guess that just means I was right. It's not that bad. There's just better options, but we didn't get them. We also drew back-to-back things we asked for in that game. Well, and the planes on turn 2. That game was pretty absurd in terms of how lucky we were. All right. Pretty good hand. Also bashed Furious Bellow, you know, and would have rather had take up the shield. It hasn't won us a game yet though, so. Nice. So maybe we get to kill something on turn 2 with an infusion, play a missionary, play a cavalier. Not bad. Not bad. Or they're a domain deck and they don't want to play anything. They just want to play tap lands. Hopefully that's something we can punish. The sleeper can be really good against this type of deck if, you know, we get our black mana. So, attack. I think we play infantry here. Essence Scatter is likely up. And yeah, I mean, I would rather it get countered than the Cavalier, probably. Even though we do have 2 spells that make the infantry pretty good, but I think we'll play the infantry. Resolves. It is pretty gross with Furious Bellow, that's for sure. Right. So we infusion that, hit them for 4. I don't think we like slam, you know, use Furious Bellow here for a bunch of damage. We're gonna need it to punch through something. Interesting. So now we can actually infuse, play Strike Team, and hit them for 7. You know, holding on to the Strike Team to get 3 bodies is, like, certainly tempting, but the immediate damage is tempting, too. But we're definitely infusioning, so that part's happening. Let's think about the second part. Do I want to wait, or do I just want to attack them down to 11 here? With Furious Bellow as backup with an infantry in play. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. You don't really have time to do that. Oh, they do get the tokens, actually. So they kind of do. Man, if I'd drawn a land... So... 5, 7... Yeah, it's not quite gonna light the world on fire. Do I just attack with these 2? think maybe I just attack with these two and then play Cavalier. I could use Furious Bellow to keep my strike team alive. But that's not that good. I think we just attack with these two. Do they preserve their life total? They don't. Man. So, if I'd attacked with all of them, might have been able to do lethal. It's a question of whether they would have actually taken it or not, but let's play the Cavalier now. So, what do we not want to see here? I mean, the sweeper would be bad. I don't think that bothers me very much. You are, in fact... No, you're a warrior. You are a warrior. Okay. So, yes, wing out. Yep. So... kind of hoping they'd block differently. So the Bellow... Oh, wait. Do we just have lethal? 3, 5, 6? Not quite. I do think we go that route. Because then I can also play Valiant Veteran and try to Warhost Frenzy for the win. These will both be dead. We do Scry. So, yeah. Do I want to draw a Dragon Whelp? Not really. There are other things that would be better. So we drop them to 1. Kill those things. Sleeper or Veteran? I think Veteran. They may stabilize here, unfortunately. They may also be dead. I mean, these are the these are the options. They might stabilize and they might be dead. All right. So that does mean they're at 4. Freaking, why'd they have to tack all that life gain onto things, you know? Okay. Well, these are going to be 2/2s when they enter the fray, so I think we probably hang back and hope for them. Just play these out to try to go wide ahead of our frenzy. And, yeah, end our turn. Uh-huh. Okay. So I think we just try to cast Strike Team and win. Essence Scatter, various other things are not so good for us, but looks like they have Essence Scatter. No? Okay. So they could kill Valiant Veteran at instant speed. There are various things that could go very badly here. They have 3 cards in their hand, and they have blue, black, white, and green mana available. 4, 5, 6, 7. They do have to account for 3 attackers to not die, though. So, let's do it. They might be able to do it, but, okay, there's one. Oh, like I said, killing that one does, does present a problem. Okay. Okay. That might not be good. They go to 1, so, you know. They also don't lose anything, but they're back at 1, so we're at 32, so we have time to punch through here. The Valiant Veteran can make these into 2/2s, which, you know, graveyard value. Okay. Well, I think think we play this land and we pass. I mean, the infantry will be able... It'll have 4 power and trample. So, like, if they blocked with the illusionist, we might have a shot, but I think we just pass. Keep trying to find what we need. Unfortunately, they have the advantage in most ways, other than the fact they're at 1 life. You know, they have the advantage in terms of they have more powerful spells left in their deck. All right, so let's veteran. There's a Kavu. Kavus are nice when you're trying to sneak lethal damage in. So let's play the Kavu. I have liked that we haven't seen a whole lot of Essence Scatter. It's pretty ubiquitous in this format, but we haven't seen much of it. All right, so now they're going to go back up to 5. 4. At least it's only 4, I guess. But man. Okay, now they can gain a whole lot of life. I'm not sure we got this anymore. I felt like we kind of had a shot, but between the bounce and the life gain... Oh, wait a second. Squee has arrived. That is a very good draw. They do have the ability to gain 2 life right now, though. God. Life gain, man. So then go up to 6. I can Frenzy, but only one attacker, or I guess the Kavu, basically, is what's going to get through. And that is not enough to do lethal. We're going to very slowly lose this game, I think. And it's not like they're close to milling out or anything. Black and a green, black and a green. If they didn't have this in play, we would be able to do lethal here. But they do, and we have to pass. I'm not sure there's a way, but if we keep drawing bodies, like every Keldon strike team, we have a chance. But yeah, they're going to go up to 6 here. It's not a great chance, though. I mean, they can gain as, like, they can go up to, like, 12 if they want to right now, so. I would need them to never draw something good again, and they're going to, especially because this filters for them, and we would need to draw only good things. Well... That's another body. I mean, let's see how high they can make their life go. Pretty high, unfortunately, is the answer. They are going to kill it and gain some more life. Okay. It is funny we're at 32. Like, how did we even do that? I guess it was just all missionary. I guess we gained 2 off of Cavalier, but the missionary just hit them so much. They're going to start attacking us at some point. Once they're... And that point is now. That point would appear to be now. Alright, we finally drew a land. Does give us black mana. Which, you know, is a thing, but... The only thing we can hope for is that for some reason they decide they can attack with everything or something like that. I don't imagine that day's going to come anytime soon, though. Alright, and we're finally drawing like we deserve to. We'll hold on to a land to make them think we have something. Where's Glimpse the Unthinkable when you need it, you know? At some point, that Illusionist is going to get on in here, and, yeah. Still not at that point, apparently. I wonder if I should have just gone for it on that turn, because if they blocked the infantry wrong... No, it still wouldn't have been enough. the 2 life they could gain was too much. It was probably still like our best chance, but all right, probably go for a 1/1, I would guess. They might just bounce our token too. No, they draw a card. Interesting. Interesting. All right, so I think our demise is near. I think they're probably holding on to essence scatters and the like too, so. I'm holding out hope we'll draw like Keldon Strike Team next turn and then find a way to punch through a bunch of damage, but I mean, I'm not holding out that much hope. Man, Urg can actually attack now too. The more things that attack, the better, sort of. All right, so they're both rumbling. We're probably just dead to Gaia's Might or something here. Yeah. God, don't you hate it when the domain deck stabilizes at 1 life? Don't you hate it? I know I do. Probably just going for it on that turn. I'm trying to think if there was any way they could block. I mean, if they really made a mistake, but I probably should have. I mean, it was clear that after that turn, their life was going to get way too high. Too bad we don't have Lightning Strike, you know? Or the Trample board pump. Ugh. We're keeping it, but we better draw a red. It's a good hand if we draw red. I mean, it's an okay hand already. Okay, we basically drew red, and maybe we'll just filter into it anyway. Don't think I want another infusion when I don't have natural red mana. So, put that away. Okay. Well, I could Flowstone Infusion that thing. I'm sort of thinking I'm going to play the Herbalist, though. Yep. Makes it so we can play our Phalanx next turn, potentially. Yeah. Okay, well, if we ever draw red, it'll be pretty easy to cast stuff. I think we attack here. Because if they block, like try to double block the Missionary, we blow them out. If they trade with the Herbalist, that's fine. We can't play the Phalanx if that happens. And I don't love that. But I think overall this is an okay attack. All right, there's a real mountain, which means we can go strike team the next couple turns. And if they double block the Missionary here, they don't. If they did, that would have been pretty good. I do probably still just kill the Cavalier here while they're untapped and they can't play Shore Up. Yeah, let's just do it. Goodbye, Cavalier. Clearer board for a strike team is good, too. Okay. Well. Strike team time. Everybody swings. They probably block a token and take 6. But I think we're okay with that. Because next turn we do it again. And there's a good chance they want to attack us. If they make 3/1/1s here, I'm not going to be super happy. Looks like they're not making 3/1/1s, though. Otherwise, they would have done it before they attacked. So are you just going to try to... Wow. Strike teams, man. So Essence Scatter is a fairly likely thing here. But I think we still go for it. Is the Essence scattered? I guess I could have played it on 3 and then played the Phalanx. That wouldn't have been too bad. Let's attack with the Strike team. There's too much that could go really wrong if I attack with the Missionary. There's stuff that can go a little wrong if I attack with the Strike team. Like the 2-mana 1/1 flash. Okay, we get in for 3. I like it. So playing that on 3 and then Phalanx was definitely better because the Phalanx would have had haste. So, yeah. How about that? Of course, the essence scattered, but... So, that attack is suspicious, isn't it? Do I try to kick another strike team? I probably do. I feel like shore up might be involved, but I think that's fine. And if they have essence scatter... again, then so be it. I had 3 strike teams, so they're allowed to have 2 essence scatters, I guess. So, strike team into Phalanx might have been better, but without knowing what was going to resolve, like, if they counter the strike team, I guess either way I don't get anything, but I don't know. What are they doing here? I don't like it. Okay, well, I can live with that. If their best bet here is tap a couple things. They could have shore up to kill the strike team and go to 6. They do. But I think we're okay with that. Still pretty wide. Can potentially go Whelp, Phalanx. I mean, we can't do both unless we draw red, but... This opponent is less likely to stabilize, but they're still going to have a better long game than us in blue-white. But they're not a domain deck, so stabilizing is tougher. For them. Okay. What do I want to do here? I guess Kavu Phalanx is pretty good. It's not like the Whelp's not amazing either. But I think Kavu Phalanx sets us up. I mean, we could attack. Do we just attack? I'd probably play the Phalanx first. But then I think attacking is kind of interesting. Yeah, I think we attack. Yeah, I mean, a trade there. Yeah, they kill that. But then we play a Kavu, and now they don't have a flyer. So, I like those things. They have 1 blocker and no flyer, so... Alright, well... Things just got... Okay, well, they're gonna scoop. We didn't have lethal exactly, but... Did we? Oh, I guess... The Kavu might have given us lethal there. I'm not so sure, though. But I'll take it. I mean, we were in good position, that's for sure. Even after they played those 2 creatures. Okay, you know, not an amazing one, but it's fine. And our likelihood we draw, like, a 2-drop isn't out of the question. We actually have our black right away, which we haven't done. Okay, we're just going to draw our strike teams, which is not a bad strategy. I mean, it is, like, the best common for this deck by, like, a wide margin, I think. So... Drafting 3 was nice. Drawing all 3 is good, too. Could also be an aggro deck. It's always hard to tell early. Yep, they're probably an aggro deck. We did not draw a 2-drop. I guess that's okay. Might play a 3-mana strike team next turn if their shields are down. That's not good. They're gonna name Strike Team. Man. Having duplicate strike teams finally cost us. I would imagine that's what they name anyway. I don't know what else they would... Yeah. All right, well... Now we have to pay 5 just to get a 3-1 with haste. And they know we have Furious Bellow too, which is not awesome. You know, when your opponent is aware of your tricks, it's not great. I think we take 3. We are missing some of those. Oh, hey, Squee. You're actually pretty good. Not amazing. You're no Keldon Strike team, which is hilarious, but it's kind of true. Like, Keldon Strike team is better than Squee. Yeah. Pretty good draw, though. I mean... It hurts. I guess we lose Squee. We can bring him back later. It's not like he's attacking right now. So, goodbye, Squee. Might have to start blocking. That may give us our best chance. Yeah, I think we're gonna block. Yeah, all right. So here's our 5-mana unkicked strike team. We're just gonna try to trade, which is not our deck's strong suit. Yeah, that's the plan. Try to trade. That Peacekeeper is a beating. Can you imagine if we'd played a kicked strike team here instead? Be a different world, man. Oh, good. Now trading is kind of miserable. But so is taking damage. So I guess we're gonna trade. Okay. Well, I mean, they know we have it, but we can play a Kavu and hold up Furious Bellow now, at least. And that's sadly the best we're going to do in this particular situation. They have mana problems, but clearly their deck is fine on 3 mana. Probably just play another sleeper here and make me sack my Kavu. Oh, I hate it when I call it. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah. Black-white aggro is pretty sweet. I think red-white's the best, but I think black-white's the second best, so... in aggro terms in this format. And we didn't end up with an optimal version of red-white at all, so... we just ended up with a red-white deck. That's, like, fine. As evidenced by our 3-2 record. The games have been fun, most of them. Even the one where our domain opponent stabilized. I mean, that wasn't that fun, I guess, but... you know. It's all right. Okay. This is a nice hand, I think. Do I want to scry right away? Doesn't really hurt me to do so, so I think we do. Okay. Play Herbalist this turn, Kavu next turn. Not bad. I don't think I want to play the Veteran. Ooh, I played the wrong land. Well, that's not good when you're an aggro deck. That is very bad. Okay. Well, good. Now, let's get punished. Okay, so... jeez. The things you do... okay, well, that part's good. Alright, so let's attack with Flowstone. Can you imagine if I'd actually, like, played the things I meant to? Alright, so I think we do play Herbalist and Veteran here, just because if we draw a 5th land, Keldon Strike Team is going to be a beating. So... do you have a 3-drop? You do, unfortunately. Okay. Well, still pretty good, but it is less good. So yeah, I guess strike team's the only thing attacking here. Might block with Bog Badger. I don't know. So they'd be at 2 less life at a minimum if I had played the correct land. That's why you don't play Crystal Grotto on turn 1, because you don't know how to play lands correctly. Alright, so now it's a 4/4. Life is getting more difficult. Okay. That's pretty nice. So I guess we attack here with the... yeah, because I can at least kill something with Flowstone Kavu. I may just take it, which would be fine with me. But we get to kill something, because they have to block with an X3, and then if they don't, we play Flowstone Kavu number 2. The Balduvian Berserker is pretty interesting, especially if they decide to take this hit. Okay, so I think we would rather kill the flyer. That's one fewer blocker for the future. Man, I can't believe I played the wrong land. What do you even hit? I guess the Phalanx? Ah, the Veteran. I guess that makes sense. That does make sense. So, I think the Phalanx rumbles here. I wish we had our tricks, because that would really... I mean, we'd be able to attack with everything. So, I think we probably just empty out our hand here. Try to punch through for lethal. And the Berserker helps. I mean, it can attack for 5, and if they kill it, they still take 5. So that's nice. That is not, though. What do you hit? The Berserker? Yeah. You do hit the Berserker. Oh, hello. So I think we just swing out now with Missionary in our hand. Yeah. We can kick it. In case you missed that, thanks to our grotto. Dragon Whelp. I mean, they're at low enough life. They don't have a flyer? Sure. Yeah. So if they kill the strike team, I think we get the strike team back. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to have to pay 5, so I could do 1 additional damage here if I wanted to. I'm not going to be able to play whatever I get back anyway, which I guess is going to be the Kavu now. So, yeah. I might have Flowstone Infusion, which would kind of suck, but that's okay, I guess, if they do. I feel like they can probably save their Beast Caller. I don't imagine they'd block like this, unless they're really desperate. Like their hand is just lands or something, and they just need to trade with the big creature. Okay. They do get a counter off of it, and maybe they can get it back, just like we can get something back here, but I guess I actually get Phalanx back, and I could have played it. Interesting. Interesting. Either way, we're kicking this now. Ooh, okay, it's not an Essence Scatter, and they're going to 1. I like it. I like it. I think they're desperate. As evidence, I think, by that trade, they were pretty desperate. So they're at 1. I know I'm drawing a flyer 2. I can play the Phalanx and the Whelp, so I think I get the Phalanx. Yeah, that's big, but it can only block so many things. Should have played the Phalanx first, in case something goes really sideways here, but I just can't... Ooh, I guess the life gain trick. The life gain trick would be very bad. I think they have it. Otherwise, they would have scooped, right? So they're about to gain 11? They are. Okay, all right. That's not good. I think we lose now. They go up to 8, and now I can't play both. However, I mean, they're not out of the woods yet. Oh, I can actually still play both, too. Good. I knew that. I knew I'd be able to all along. They are, I mean, you know, that is a sweet trick, a sweet way to gain 1,000,000 life. Let's hope they don't have another one, huh? All right, Keldon strike team off the top. Let's do it. I guess mass pump spell would work too. Yeah, we definitely take 11. Ow. I think we need as many bodies as we can hold on to. Ooh, that's pretty good. Do I play it first? I mean, they probably sack the... They lose something significant no matter what they do here. So yeah, I think we kick it first. They may sack the Morrow, but then that means we're under a lot less pressure. So I think I'm okay with it. We will sack a 1/1. You will sack a Bog Badger. Yeah. And then we hit them for 3. What happens if we swing out here? I don't think it's good. So 3, 5, 6. I mean, I can drop them to 1 again, but they hold on to both bodies. And they would kill my Phalanx, probably. Maybe my Whelp. This drops them to 5, which is problematic enough, I think, without being as risky, so... I guess I have to block the 11 if it comes at us. Well, yeah, I do. I would block it with the 1/1 token, I guess. Strike team off the top. Mass pump spell off the top. We're gonna need some help, I think. Freaking take up the shield, man. Why does this format have so many good tricks in it? It's a benefit for our deck, mostly. But we're sad we didn't get take up the shield and we got owned by it, so... That's a little sad. Not only do they gain life, they're going to give their whole board menace. I think they just killed us. Let's see how they attack here. But, okay, interesting. Don't I win on the backswing? I guess we don't know what they have in their hand, because I can attack with both of these. They can't be blocked, and they can team up to do 7. So they might have a trick too. But yeah, we definitely block like that, and take 5. What's the thing in your hand, though? You have 2 mana. Artillery Blast. There are many, many things that could go wrong here. Another creature is a pretty big problem. We did not exactly draw what we were looking for. Can they actually combine to do 7? Yeah, we have 4 red, yeah. Well, let's see if they have the artillery blast, because we lose. You know, this turn determines everything. So if they do have artillery blasts, what's the better direction to go? I don't think it matters. I think we're dead either way, so might as well just do the thing. Yep. Well, like I said, this deck was not great. It was missing some key components, and we lost. So it was fun. I mean, you know, we ran over a few people. 3-3 is probably about right for this deck. So never drew our pack one, pick one, which is a little sad. She certainly would have helped in some of those games in terms of, you know, dishing out damage and stuff, but... All right, well, that does it for this draft video. I'll see you all in the next one.